things getting a bit closer as we go through the season. I'm just going to set this link up so I can share it, and then we'll get underway with that game that you can see on your screen. Hartberg against Rapid. You might recognise these fixtures because they're the same as the ones last week, actually. And it's just the reverse of the fixtures. Right, let's get this link up online. Yeah, so as I was mentioning, the fixtures are reversed from last week's games. No voting this week for a few reasons. Not only are the fixtures exactly the same as the ones were last week, so it sort of makes voting a little bit less important for which team I play. But also we've of course got the Austrian Stadium Trophy. The final of that is taking place over this weekend. We've had thousands of votes during the Austrian Stadium Trophy tournament so far. More than 1,000 votes for the final alone. I think we're at something like 1,200 votes already for the final, so that's awesome. And I didn't really want to clog up our Twitter feed at the Bundesliga with more and more votes. So I thought rather than clog up the feed with 3 more votes for each of these match days, I would just play the games. I'm going to start with the team that I didn't play as last weekend. In last weekend's games on Easter Monday, it was 2-2 between Hartberg and Rapid. This time I will start out as Rapid, and if the game lets me, what I'm going to do is switch over at half time as well to just give it a fair crack with both teams. A little bit different from the other match weekends, but like I say, it's a unique weekend anyway. We've got the Stadium Trophy final going strong. I don't want to get in the way of that. At the same time, you, the fans, have already voted on these teams very recently. The matchups are exactly the same. I personally actually don't like it when they do that. In a match, in a season of just 10 games, this championship round, why have 2 games exactly the same? It's like when they do it in the Champions League as well, in the group stage. And you've got that. Oh, come on, that's a good ball in. Easy for Spater. In the Champions League in the group stage, where sort of coming down the home stretch, you've got 2 games against the same side in a row. I think it isn't always the best way to do it. It's sort of nicer to have random fixtures. But this is what we got. So I'm going to give it a go as Rapid Vienna. See if they can get themselves back in the title race. Low ball in. That wasn't a great one, but it wasn't cleared. And Rapid take the lead early on. Koya Kitagawa buries it. Bit of a mistake in the defence from Hartberg. They weren't expecting the low cross. Good start from Rapid Vienna. Schobesberger, I think it was, with a low ball through. And that's criminal defending in the middle. The Hartberg defender just letting it slip under his foot. He won't be pleased to see that one back. We'll have a quick look at it. Comes in. That's the miscontrol there. Suicidal football from Jürgen Heil, so often the hero in the virtual other Bundesliga, this time the villain, but well taken. First time, first touch. Koya Kitagawa gives Rapid Vienna the lead. Could that reignite the charge for the green and whites in the title race? Here is Jürgen Heil. As I said, so often the hero in the virtual other Bundesliga thus far. Scorer yet again last weekend against this very opposition. This time in a bit of trouble though. Hartberg on the back foot early on. Futas dummies it, not strongly enough though. Runs into trouble before he can let go a shot. Great turn from Bakary Nimaga. Barach standing up strong in the Rapid defence though.
It's played forward.
Is there a through ball on there? No. Kitagawa turns, but the runner had stopped anyway. It's been really nice having you with us on this virtual other Bundesliga journey. Just, of course, as I say every week, having a bit of fun whilst the real Bundesliga is on this long break.
There has been just the
We
early
do hope
goal
it comes
here,
back soon.
and the score is 1-0.
I almost hope we don't make it all the way to the end of the virtual other Bundesliga with a match or a match day every weekend, because that would mean the break has been so long. But whilst we're on the break, why not have a bit of fun with the Austrian game? Interestingly, actually on Twitter last time we had the inventor of this very patch, the creator of this patch, to put the Austrian teams onto Pro Evolution Soccer 2020. They were watching on YouTube, so thanks very much to you who made it possible. Schaubesberger is going to have a go here. Oh, I hit that too hard.
That was nice, but
just sailed to the wide right of René Schwitter's goal.
Good lively movement, which pretty much
should have done better really. So much space for Schaubesberger, running at full pelt. Lifted that right boot, hit it just a bit too hard. A bit more placement would have been useful, but still a good start in the first 20 so far for Rapid. Ljubicic, captain Schwab, progressing in the midfield. Plays it out to Ullmann on that left hand side. What can Ullmann do? Runs into trouble against Jürgen Heil.
Could move up a gear here.
Tadic just muscled off the ball, and here's the goal scorer, Kitagawa. Funtas goes for the through ball. He's found Merck with that ball. What a through ball it was. Merck's missed the first chance. He's got the rebound. What can he do from there though? Rapid look to Merck again. He's going to put a cross in. Deflected. Schwitter gets down to make the save. Nice little attacking spell for Rapid Vienna. Can they add to their solitary goal lead? Kitagawa looks to the right again. Merck. Is he going to cause more trouble?
Lovely bit of skill there.
Turned well, whipped the ball in. It was towards Tati Funtas, top scorer for Rapid thus far in the real Bundesliga. 14 goals already Funtas has got since his signing.
Doesn't get the pass he's looking for.
Not a bad return at all for the new Rapid Vienna player. Not sure if I can still call him a new player at this point of the season. He's still in his debut campaign, his first year at Rapid.
Tadic.
So he's newish at least. He couldn't get on the score sheet there. Given away cheaply to Schaubesberger. He's got room again to run into. He might have taken a bit too much room. Ball through. Always a little ambitious to aim for Kitagawa, but it's ended up with Kitagawa. Yet again, the final ball from Rapid. Just not good enough quality to get a sight of goal. I'll be relieved that they're already one up in this one. Schaubesberger.
Muscular approach.
Kitagawa didn't respond well to that pass though. Just let it go past him.
Coming up to half time.
On the right hand side.
Looking pretty good.
Into Lucas Gabichler. He's run into trouble very quickly.
To the left
Giving the ball away weakly. Good touch from Kitagawa, but he can't back it up with the pace to get round Lukaneda. Here come Hartberg. Good ball through. Tadic in the box. He's going to get onto it. That's the first time Richard Strebinger has had to work hard in the Rapid goal today. 40 minutes gone. Strebinger with a good block at his near post. First signs of danger from Hartberg now in this match.
To win it back. Good challenge. He just stood firm.
Oh, I couldn't see where to go there. Break was almost too quick. Kitagawa was caught out. Here's Schwab coming forward. He's going to look out wide.
He's got options out wide.
Berg with an option now. Get somebody in the box though. Nobody in there right now. The tackle comes in.
Corner given.
Corner kick to Rapid Vienna. It's going to be Merg to take it in towards the penalty spot. Funtas is there. Flicked clear first though. Ullmann's going to pick it up wide on the left. He's going to swing a high ball in, and surely René Schwitter's going to claim that one. And he does. No minutes of added time. That might be it for the first half. And it is.
That'll be the final action of the first half. So there you have it, a close fought half of football that have still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, you obviously have to give credit to the front men for the half-time lead, but I think the midfield
good first
really
half
pat themselves on the back too.
Here in the virtual other Bundesliga. Hartberg 0, Rapid Vienna 1. I've been enjoying this one. I'm going to stick with it for now. as it is. Can I change players? Can I change teams even? Anyway, doesn't look like I can. In that case then, I'll stick with it. I'll play the opposite teams to the way I played last weekend. Give everybody a fair crack of the whip. There's a couple of teams in the virtual other Bundesliga that I barely get to play with and rarely win the votes. Rapid are not one of those teams, but for today we'll give it a go. Good turn from Taxiakis Funtas. He's going to let a shot go here as well. Spater blocked it at the near post. And it's off for a Rapid Vienna corner. Great start to the second half. Little drop of the shoulder from Funtas. Bought himself a bit of space for a shot on the right foot. Spater in the right position to block it. Get it out of play.
They've played it short.
Corner in towards Stojkovic. He's not the man I want on the ball, but he's going to have a go. Spater getting down low, twice called into action inside the first 4 minutes of the second half. It's all go for Rapid Vienna right now. And look across the middle. It's a very poor ball, not who I wanted it to go to. Nimaga picks it up.
Forward it goes.
In the blue of Hartberg. They've got a chance to break.
No way through there.
Let's come back to Rapid in the end. Nice passing, nice movement. Murg. Good skills from Murg. Gets into the box. Got a man outside, Stojkovic.
So who's he picking out?
Flicks one into the box, that's a good ball in.
Offside. Yes,
offside in the end.
Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
Perhaps I should have seen that as I floated the ball in. Captain Schwab was lingering in an offside position.
Gets it upfield.
Won the header easily there from the goal kick. Couldn't make anything of it. Now Hartberg can advance across the halfway line. Josu. Easy challenge again. Rapid dominating the midfield battle at the moment. Kitagawa hasn't got too many options. Looks to his left. Schobersberger's there. He's going to whip one into the box. He's taking a deflection.
Deflected over the goal line for a corner.
It's out for a corner ball. Try and run in with Stojkovic if possible. Get on to the end of this. Big melee of players. Stojkovic is there though. The header floating harmlessly over the crossbar. No danger to René Spater's goal. And the lead remains at 1. Rapid pretty dominant so far in the first hour. Things like that are not helping the Hartberg cause. Or miscontrol led to the opening goal. Now it's given Rapid a throw in and a chance to create some more pressure. Where's that going to end up? Back with goalkeeper Spater.
Tried to play it through.
The movement
Yet
was
again,
good, but the pass
Rapid dominant in the midfield.
A cause of mild frustration.
Futas did well to flick the ball up.
It's a fine challenge.
Tried to turn and shoot. It was blocked just before he released the shot.
He needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
It's going to hold up play for a while from Nimaga. He couldn't do it all by himself. Rapid spread the ball out left with Schobersberger. It's a bit too slow though. Schobersberger looks for another switch. Back to the right. This time it's Murg. Great ball into the area. Can he attack that? Off the crossbar. And offside in the end anyway. But what a ball in that was. It's Kitagawa who was onside. He should have been the player attacking it. Couldn't make it happen in the end. Once again, Hartberg surviving.
Keeper's got good distance on that.
Futas picks up the ball. Can he get it to Kitagawa? Lifts one over the top. He can get it towards Kitagawa. What can Kitagawa do though? Nothing there. So hard to bring that ball down as it was bouncing in the area. Thought about hitting it first time.
Hoists it forward.
Didn't pull the trigger. And will Rapid Vienna regret that as Hartberg come forward here?
The message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. And let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
Futas goes left. Kitagawa down the left-hand side as well. Just blocked off in time.
He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its
Danger
target.
here with Tadic on the right. He's been good so far in the virtual other Bundesliga season.
And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away.
Gabischler, and now Heil. Lienhardt on that right-hand side for Hartberg, but he's dispossessed. Schobesberger brings it away. Can Rapid spread it? They can. Merg is going to be too far away. Tries the ball in. Not good enough, unfortunately. I'll see if we can make some changes. Let's try to make an impact in the second half. Schobesberger tiring, perhaps. Replace him with Torsten Schick. Merg's had a good game today. I'll bring on Gravak instead. Not quite sure how to pronounce his name properly. Why not make a third change at the back as well? Sonnleitner to come on and hopefully shore things up at the back for the green and whites. Usually don't make so many changes in these games, but I feel like Rapid have been good today.
Well, it's good stuff.
Just missing that final ingredient to run away with this game. See if I can make a change and find that. Great challenge. Rapid have got the ball back anyway. Looks there. Stojkovic is there. Low cross in. Futas going for the spectacular. He might have just brought the ball under control, but taking a shot. Not sure if he miscontrolled the first one and tried to make the best of it and score with the overhead kick. It was always going to be very difficult in that position. So many players around him. Here come Rapid once again. Schobesberger in space.
Well, we don't need to guess that they expect plenty of.
Tried to find Schobesberger.
It's quite a crowd scene in the middle now.
Just before he ran offside.
That requires resilience.
Hartberg haven't been able to keep the ball in play though.
It has to be matched.
Well, in the Bundesliga, there have been late goals.
Well, no doubt someone is being given special treatment.
Late goals are plenty in games between these two sides. So I definitely don't want to leave it at 1-0 going into these last few minutes. Here's a chance for a second. Gravak, the substitute's going to let one go. No, blocked early on.
It's obvious that they prefer a greater cushion.
Will there be a chance for Hartberg on the break? Haven't offered too much so far, just the one good save that Richard Strebing has had to make. And that's why
it's going after it.
Steering inside have been dispossessed too easily today.
Higher up the pitch.
Forward it goes.
Good strength from the defender, but free kick given to Hartberg. Could be some danger with a couple of minutes remaining. Would be massively against the run of play if Hartberg were to grab an equaliser here. That's a good ball into the box.
Well, it remains to be seen.
It looked like it was too close to reach out, Strebing it in the end.
The situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
Rapid need to keep things tight. Nice football though. Is there a chance through the middle? Koya Kitagawa.
He's one-on-one, tries a shot.
Terrible shot in the end. 89 minutes gone. He's looking tired. He might well still prove to be the match winner, but he should have finished it off there, the Japanese striker. I'm not proud of my part in that. Blazing well wide with a great chance. Two minutes of added time then for Hartberg to come away with something.
2 minutes to be added
on the 6th match day of the virtual other Bundesliga season. Ball into the box, and it's cleared, and that's it. The early goal for Rapid has proved to be enough. They should have won by more, but one will do. 3 points in the bank, just keeping things tight at the top of the virtual other Bundesliga.
Not the prettiest of wins, but a very professional performance, I would say, and a clean sheet, of course, is always very welcome.
It wasn't a
Well, that's
classic.
from
It wasn't a
us.
bad game.
Thanks very much,
Here's the
Jim.
early goal.
It's a very good day to
Kitagawa
you
burying
from
it
both of us.
with a first touch finish. And in the end, that proved to be the difference between the two sides. Hartberg had that one really good chance from Tadic before the break. One really good save from Richard Strebinger. Other than that, there were more chances for Rapid. They didn't hit the target enough in their shots. There's the evidence. Schobersberger shooting wide with all that space in front of him near the edge of the area. Good save there from René Sveta. And this was the closest Hartberg came to a goal. Lovely dink through ball over the top. Strebinger in the right position, though, at the near post to make that save. And it proved to be an important one. It's won Rapid the 3 points. And we will move on to the next game of the day, which will be Wolfsberger AC against Red Bull Salzburg. That was a decent game last time out. Sean Weissman netting a couple of goals for Wolfsburg. This time, I'll be playing the role of Red Bull Salzburg, though, a team that have not won too many of the fan votes in the virtual other Bundesliga, it has to be said. I don't get to play with them too often. Perhaps not even since match day 1, I think, was actually the last time that I got to play as Salzburg. But here's a chance to use them again. Let's have a quick look at the game plan, see if there are any changes that I want to make. Yes, they've got a very unusual formation set up at the moment, so I will make a few changes. I'll try their more regular 4-2-2-2 that they go for. See if I can make it as effective as they did in the early part of this season. I'll get started with that team. Let's see what we can do in this match then. Two of the top sides in the virtual other Bundesliga. I'll go with the away shirt for Salzburg. Not only is it a very nice blue and yellow away shirt, but it's a lot less of a clash with the white of Wolfsburg. So let's get this one underway.